are going to start this again because y'all know it's not me if I don't do the whole thing again. If I don't do the video again, it's not me, because I just be like, I'm talking too fast. I'm skipping too much juicy information. Like, honey girl, baby girl. I'm like, slow down. You're gonna get this story out. Ease it up. Hey, how goes it? It's me, the real Asha P.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding.
Again, we are doing this video again. That's just me. That is just me. I do want to state that before I do start this video, I feel like for the last story time that I did, I want to say thank you so much for the love that I have been getting on the shorts. Please show that love on the video as well. But I do feel like I just kind of ended it abruptly without telling y'all how it ended. So I do want to state that. But before I do, please like, comment, and subscribe for this video as well. Say I like your hair, I like your outfit, I like your makeup. You know that's our thing.
I hate your braids. I hate your lashes. Bitch, I hate that you gotta make sandwiches at night, bitch.
Also, please share this video. Share it to your granny, to your mama, to your auntie, to your best friend, to your cousin, to that cousin that's in jail that hopefully has that iPad that they can go and watch my videos. Like, you know, just send it to the fam. So I do want to say again, for that last video, I did kind of end it abruptly. I do want to state that no, we do not talk anymore. After I did go home, he did like hit me up and message me. I'm going to show the receipts here. But he did message me like, oh, you ghosted me, you're not going to talk to me, things of that nature. And I just had to tell him, like, the things that you had told me was just a lot. It was a lot, and especially a lot for me, to where I'd never been in a relationship before. And this is going to be my first relationship, and what I'm going to get into. It's
that you could.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So I had to tell him, like, it's just not going to work. He did hit me up like twice. He called me twice. I did not pick up. But he did call me twice, and after that, he has not hit me up. He has not contacted me since then. I have not been to his job or around the places that we were like talking about, or places that he's like lives by. I'm still kind of ducking and dodging still, unfortunately. So it's just like I have not contacted him or talked to him since then. That's all for that last story time on how it ended and the situation of us not talking or having any conversation anymore. So let's get into this new crazy story time that I mentioned before about how I got fired on my day off. Honestly, if it happened on a Friday, it would have just been like the movie.
Oh, you at work?
Got fired yesterday.
For real? I thought you had a day off yesterday.
I did.
Crazy things, crazy things. Please like, comment, and subscribe to become a part of that family, this good family, funny family. And let's get into this crazy story time. Let's go. So before I do get into the story time, I have to give a backstory about how we even got to this point. Before we got to this point, I had a manager. We're gonna call him Mr. Rock because he liked rock music a lot. So Mr. Rock was the store manager at the store. Again, I do stock, so I am the one to make sure that the merchandise is on the shelves, that is taken off of the truck and put in the stores. That's my job. I didn't have a problem with Mr. Rock. He was a good boss. It's just that the store itself, and a little bit of him as well, it lacked professionalism. That was my biggest pet peeve of the store, is that it lacked professionalism. Top tier lacked it. There were times, I even have videos of I was sitting in front of the store. We were supposed to be there at 5 a.m. Nobody is there. That's what it states on my schedule. And I get there, nobody's there for it to be like, oh no, we're actually supposed to be there at 8 a.m. I woke up at 3:45. What is going on here? A lot of things with hours. It's just, it was just bad. But in this economy, you need a job, you know? And the store was always like a mess as well too. And it is, it was just always kind of a problem. Him himself, he was a good man, but it just was a problem. So I remember one day I get a message from him, and he's telling me like, oh, you're getting a new store manager and they're going to be there on Tuesday. Her name is, we're going to name her Miss Granny. And the reasons why is because she just gives me a Southern black grandma. Like, that's her attitude, is very much a Southern black grandma. So he said, Miss Granny is going to be your new store manager. That was it. That was it. He sent it in a text, and that's how I knew that, oh, you're not my boss anymore. I did not know that here it was, that this was already in the works, but I didn't know that you were not going to be my boss anymore. Again, professionalism is garbage, trash. So I'm just like, okay. How it worked was Mr. Rock went to Miss Granny's old store, and Miss Granny had just came to Mr. Rock's old store. They just basically swapped. They're not even far. They're like up the street from each other. So I was like, okay, that's perfectly fine. I guess we ain't have no choice. So that day, that Tuesday, was truck. She comes in and she has a person with her who is the merch manager, and we're gonna name her Diamond. Comes in, Miss Granny comes in with Diamond saying like, hey, this is the manager, merch manager, and everything like that. If you have any questions, ask her. This is how it works. Now, I worked with Miss Granny before at her store, so I knew who she was and everything like that. I was like, okay, cool, this is perfect, you know, that I already know who the new manager is. I'm gonna be, it's not really unfamiliar because I worked with her before. I know how she is. It is good. And on top of that, they were saying all the things that was going to change, all the things that was going to be better. It's basically an all black store now, and it's majority like 80% women. I think like maybe 3 or 4 men, and the rest is like women, and it's majority black women. So she was like, it's going to change, it's going to be better, our sales are going to be better, everything's going to be good. And we're just like, yes, yes, okay, I'm loving it. No McDonald's. I'm loving it. We start working and everything is good. Diamond is there and she's helping us out, and she's telling us, and she's really like, she has good work ethic. So everything is running smoothly until it was not. I want to say about maybe a month or so of them working there is getting closer to my birthday. I remember looking at my schedule, and I was going to be already off for that day, so I didn't have to tell them that I was going to be off. But one day when we came in to do for truck, but truck got pushed back to the next day, Diamond comes up to me and she's like, hey, you know, I have a schedule printed out because we're just trying to get more people scheduled together for how everything is working so everybody could go to work and everything. Are there any days that you have to be off or that you're not going to be here? What days are you available? Like, she was just asking for my availability. I was like, oh, perfect. My birthday is this time, so I won't be here for this weekend. And as well as how it works for my family, it's my sister's birthday. 2 weeks later, it's my birthday. 2 weeks after that is my dad's birthday. And 2 days after that is my mom's birthday. So it's just a back to back of birthday. So I was telling her, like, I won't be able to be around this. My sister's birthday already passed. So I was like, oh, I won't be here for my birthday. I think I'm going out of town. And then I have this time. And then my parents, they always put their birthdays together because it's only a couple of days apart. So I was like, and then I won't be available that time. But any time after that, I'm free. And between my birthday and my dad's birthday, I want to work so I can get, you know, my funds. She's writing it down. She has it, everything. She's like, okay, good. Thank you for letting me know your availability and everything. Cool, no problem. Time goes on and my birthday comes up. I even have the receipts for that. I wish I had the receipts earlier for like the week right before my birthday, but it shows that I was off on my birthday. I was off those couple of days and I was off on my birthday. Well, when my birthday came, it's my birthday, and my birthday is on a Monday. I turned up. I had some fun on my birthday, and I knew that I was not going to be able to come in that next day, that Tuesday, to do a 5 a.m. truck. Not the day after my birthday. I just knew I wasn't going to be able to make it. I messaged Diamond to let her know that, hey, because again, she is merch manager. She's the one that opens the doors, and this is who we do truck with and everything for merch. So I had let her know. I messaged her, and I have the receipts saying like, hey, I won't be able to make it for my birthday, you know, for a drug and everything. I won't be able to go to work tomorrow, stuff like that. And she messages me a couple of minutes later, letting me know like, okay, thanks for letting me know. Left it like that. So I'm like, oh, perfect. It was not perfect. It was not perfect at all. I do remember earlier in that day before I turned up and everything, Miss Granny was calling me. And I'm just like, what is she calling me for? I did not pick up, one, because I'm off. I don't have to answer work calls on my off days. I'm off. And then on top of that, it's my birthday. I'm not trying to think of work on my birthday on my off day. You know what I'm saying? So I did not pick up the call. So then later that night, that's when I turned up and I told Miss Diamond that, and then boom. So Tuesday comes, I did not show up, you know, because I'm off. I'm from turning up. And the next day I come in, which is that Wednesday. And on my schedule, it says to be there at 5 a.m. So I'm there at 5 a.m., but nobody is there. So it is 5:02, and I've been here since 4 something. And I did that every time, was make a video when I was at work and nobody was there. I always made proof, or I will always screenshot my schedule to be like, am I crazy? And then I'll be like, okay, no, I'm not. I'm gonna screenshot and show that I was there. I did that so many times with Mr. Rock. So just because we have new, you know, bosses and managers, I did not think to change that. If you know, I got my receipts. I'm gonna always have my receipts. I was like, okay, nobody is here. So I messaged again Diamond, and I'm letting her know that, hey, I'm at work. It's said to be here at this time. Nobody's here. Am I supposed to be here at a different time? Things of that nature. I get no response. And I don't know if it's the Gen Z in me, but I'm not coming in. I'm not. If I was there and I was supposed to be there at this time and you are not there, I'm not about to go home and sit and wait and then come. I'm sorry, that's just not me. Maybe I need to be better with that, but that's just not me. Because it's another thing of a lot of jobs ask for professionalism, but they won't be professional to their employees. That doesn't make sense to me. You want me to go above and beyond and try to be professional with you, but you lose that when it comes to me. What sense does that make? That what? Huh? No, not me. So I went home and I did not come in that day. The next day I was supposed to come in at 5, and I had said in the message like, hey, I was supposed to be here. I came, but nobody was there and everything. Basically, I'll try again tomorrow. Next day comes, and again I'm supposed to be there at 5, and I get there and nobody is there. I'm going to do what I did yesterday. It is almost 5:10. I've been here for about 20 minutes now. Thing is, I think they want us to come in at 7 because, like, when we don't come in at 5, we come in at 7. My thing is, my schedule says 5 a.m. So I'll be waking up at 5 a.m. Yeah, I'm like, okay, 2 days in a row. What is going on? Like, why is nobody coming in? I know y'all are coming into work. I know the job is still open, but it's like, why are you not coming on time? The schedule says this time. Why are y'all not coming in at this time? Again, I made a video, and this time, instead of messaging Diamond, I messaged Miss Granny. And I'm sure the proof. I messaged Miss Granny, letting her know that, hey, for the last 2 days, my schedule said to come in at this time. Nobody has been there. I've gone home. I've messaged the manager, Diamond, to let her know, and I have not gotten any responses. I'm just letting you know what's going on. It says that I'm supposed to come in at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Basically, we'll try it again tomorrow because I don't know what's going on with communication, what's going on. Send that message, you could see at a certain time. And then she doesn't message me until later. I want to say like after 7 or 6 or 7, something like that. She messages me and she says that I've been terminated.
Damn!
I said, what? Huh? How? How? She said I've been terminated, I want to say since Tuesday. I'll get into that. I've been terminated since Tuesday. So I'm like, how have I been terminated since Tuesday when I was supposed to go to work on Tuesday? What is going on here? What is going on? So after a while, she does call me, Miss Granny. And one thing about it, I've always been professional, have been kind anytime, and I was the same way with Mr. Rock too. Anytime you asked me to do something, I did it, no problems. You could hear the smile in my voice. I'm not giving you no issues. I'm always asking if you need help and any assistance. If you ask for any assistance, I'm willing to do it just like that, no problem. And I pick up that phone, and it was nothing but attitude. She acted like she was disgusted with me. She's on the phone and she's like, yeah, I mostly do call because I don't want to do the message thing because that's how people misconstrue things and things like that, which is understandable. You don't know the tone through a text. But I'm like, I could definitely hear your tone on this phone, and it's not welcoming for something that was not in my control. So she was like, yeah, so I'm calling, but yeah, honey, you got terminated. You got fired because you didn't come into work. You haven't talked to nobody. So I'm saying, like, yes, I did talk to somebody. I even sent her the message that I sent to Diamond, showing her that I told them that I wasn't going to be in work on Tuesday. She said it was okay. So I said I did contact somebody to let you know what was going on. So she was like, yeah, but I called you on Monday and you didn't pick up. I was off Monday. Are y'all not looking at the schedule? I was off on Monday. I don't have to pick up the phone on Monday. She's saying that she was calling me on Monday to see where I was at. I was off the last couple of days. Did you not look at my schedule? I was off the last couple of days and I was off on Monday. So you're calling me on Monday to see where I was at. I'm home. I'm off. I'm doing what I want to do on my birthday. I'm off. What are you talking about? And most of the time she was basically saying like, yeah, I get that, but yeah, I get that, but yeah, I get that, but if you get that, where is the issue at? So she's saying like, oh, I had called the big boss and to see what was going on, and he was basically like, well, I guess you just have to terminate her, and they want to terminate you on Monday, my birthday, my day off. But I had said hold on because she might come in on Tuesday, and then when nobody came in on Tuesday, Diamond didn't even come in on Tuesday. Very sorry, but what does that have to do with me? Like, what does that have to do with me? I dotted my I's, I crossed my T's, I did what I was supposed to, I talked to who I needed to talk to. Her not being there had nothing to do with me. Communication is, again, terrible. He's saying that, oh yeah, Diamond didn't even come into work.
Okay.
Diamond didn't even come into work, and when I got there, one of the employees was standing out there waiting, and the truck was still in the back, and we're supposed to start at 5. Diamond, she comes in at 5, and Miss Granny doesn't come in until like 7. So she was like, she came in at 7, and that the employees was standing outside waiting to do for truck, and she was like, well, where is Diamond? Come to find out, Diamond said she went to the hospital, that something terrible had happened, and she about flatlined for a little bit and went to the hospital. I'm not going to say that's a lie. I'm not going to say that's a lie because I don't know her, and that could be very much true. And I'm not going to say, put that, if that did happen, and be like, girl, you're lying. I'm not going to say that. But from Miss Granny knowing Diamond from the other store, she said that when she gets in a lot of trouble, when Diamond gets in a lot of trouble, she will start to say like a lot of emergency things happen, like, oh, my mom needs me, or something happened with my mom, or I went to the hospital, or something like that. That's what she said. I'm just the messenger. But cut back to me, she's on the phone saying that like I got terminated and that I basically don't work there anymore. So I'm telling her all this information. I'm sending her screenshots, and I'm telling her like I was off, and that Diamond had asked me for my availability, and I told the manager and things like that. And she was like, yeah, I get that, but she's not the store manager. She's only the merch manager. Potato, potato. Tomato, tomato. Like what?
That you could.
What are we doing here? She still is a manager, and I work with her more than I work with you because of the job that I do. what is going on? You all came in here. You came in here talking about some, if you have any questions, she's the manager, she's the merch manager. If you need anything, she can help you, get her number. So I did exactly what you said, and now I'm getting punished for it. She says all that and everything, and she was like, well, you could talk to the big boss to try to get your job back, but you know, that has nothing to do with me, da 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 da. So I get off the phone, and I'm like boiling. I'm like, wow, I just got fired. Crazy work. I just got fired on my day off for something I didn't do. Wow. I just got fired. Never got fired before. Quit a couple times, but I never got fired. That is crazy. That is crazy. Just trying to figure out, like, what am I going to do? Because bills don't stop, still need money. Just because I got fired for something I didn't do doesn't mean that the world is going to, like, you know, end, like it's going to stop, like people are going to help me. So I'm like, what can I do? So I'm trying to figure it out. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I just got to look for a job. I'm going to start to pass out my resume to see what I can get. So I'm getting ready so I can look presentable to drop off my resume to different places. And while I'm getting ready, I get a call again from Miss Granny. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to her, but okay, whatever. So I pick up the phone and she was like, just hold on 1 minute. Just hold on 1 minute. We're going to get your job back. Just wait on, hold on 1 minute. We're going to get your job back. So I'm just like, huh? What are you talking about? So she says, oh, I just talked to the big boss and I told him everything. And I didn't understand it at first, but he explained it to me well. So our conversation that we had did not make sense when I was still speaking to you nicely. It did not make sense. Me sending you the screenshots, it did not make sense. But when you talk to this man, your boss, when you talk to this man, it clicked then. And she's just like, yeah, it didn't make sense, but he explained it to me like, oh, you did let somebody know. You did let a manager know. And I had sent him this screenshots that you sent me. And he says like, yeah, you did talk to somebody. So it isn't your fault and everything. It's mostly hers. And I don't know what it is with her and everything, but we're going to get your job back. We're going to get your job back. The disgust I felt, I was just like, huh? Like the disgust I really felt was like, I don't want it back. I don't want it back. Like, I really don't want it back. So she's saying like they're gonna work on it, and she's asking like for some information and what my login numbers was, and that she's gonna send it over to the big boss so they could try to get it in the termination to end and everything like that. So she was like, yeah, I'm sorry about all this happening. And now she has a different tone in her voice. Now she seems sweeter. So she's like, yeah, I'm sorry all this happened. She just really messed up a lot of things, and it just had my mind going and everything. But he explained it to me, and it makes sense now. So we gonna get your job back, and he gonna call you back and everything after a while on when to let you know that your job is back. So I'm sorry all this happened and everything, but he just had to explain to me things like that. And I'm just like, ew, like ew, because I was boasting. I had went to the job that Mr. Rock is at now, and he had took his merch manager. And she had asked like, oh, how's it going down there? And I had told her like, oh, it's amazing. It's wonderful. Like, it makes so much sense. It's cleaner now, things of that nature, And I'm boasting, saying I love the people I work with, and she's really sweet, and they're real professional now, I was just boasting. I want to say the day that I got fired, which was my birthday, I had went to that other store, and I was saying all this stuff, not knowing that I was in the midst. I was about to get terminated. I was in the works of being terminated, and I was telling the other people that like, oh, the store looks so much better now. It's so nice. It's so clean. They are so nice. I was just boasting, bragging about y'all just for this to be in the midst of the works. Me getting terminated in the midst of getting terminated, I was bragging about how good this was. So after she hangs up, I still get ready and I'm like, I need to find a job, like expeditiously. I need to find a job. And that was the most humbling experience ever, to walk around. It's funny because when I got my first job, that's what I kind of did. I didn't go around store to store, but I called like store to store, be like, are y'all hiring? Are y'all hiring? Are y'all hiring? That was fine. But nowadays, like legit, I was like, I need them to see my face. I need them to see my personality. I need them to know that I am a good worker and I can work there. And I had got maybe 30 or more resumes printed out. And I just walked around in different plazas, handing them out, places with good jobs where I could get a nice check, you know, getting something good every hour, maybe even get health insurance, maybe. So, or even at least be able to afford health insurance after a while. So I'm just going to different places and plazas, different stores, and just asking, handing them out, filling out applications, handing them out. I came back home. And I started off with like 3 or 4 already. So I came home with like, I think I had like 5 when I started off. I got 30 more and then I ended with 5. So, or 4. And out of all the ones I passed out, not one has hit me back up yet. And it has been about over a month. It has been over a month. Not one has like called me back. And I did do one for Lululemon.
Put some Lulu on his butt.
And I had been like filled out an application. I just wanted to show my face. By the time I showed my face and got back home from dropping off all the resumes, they had told me that I did not get the job.
Damn!
So they were the only one that kind of responded back out of all the other ones that I have dropped off. Again, it has been over a month and not one of them has hit me back up. So I'm just like, I need a job. So during that humbling experience of dropping off, you know, resumes, I'm like, at this moment, I don't have a job because they have to send in the information and try to stop the termination. And I have to wait for the call back. I don't know how long that's going to take, maybe a week or so. So that's a week out of money. And I'm just like, what is going on here? What is going on here? It's a very humbling experience. It makes you keep up a lot of faith. And it's you get very angry. You get very angry because you know your worth and you know what you can do. And it's like, all I'm trying to do is make a living. I'm just trying to live out here. I'm trying to survive, honestly, out here. Like I said, I'm just trying to get health insurance at this point to where if I get sick, forget asking me about life insurance if something worse happened to me, because I don't have that either. So it's just like, I'm just trying to survive. And I know I'm a good worker and I don't mind working for my keep, and nobody wants me to work for them. So it's just like very humbling. You keep up the faith. You look towards faith a lot, and it is a very angry experience too. So it even got worse because at that time, they did let me know that it's like, oh, well, no, they didn't let me know. The bigger boss never called me. So Miss Granny had to call me one day, almost like 2 weeks later, and she was like, hey, we didn't see you at work today. I said, hey, nobody told me that I had a job still. So she was like, oh, I told you we were working on it, that we were doing that. I said, yes, you told me that you were, that the big boss was going to call me to let me know when everything went through. I said, I did not receive a call, so I did not know I still had a job. So she's like, oh yeah, you work here now. We can see you tomorrow and everything. Da, da, da. It was so upsetting. Also, when this all had went through and she had called me back and said that we were working for you to get a job, Miss Diamond had came back and she had called me while she was at the job. She had called and said that, hey, you know, I'm here with Miss Granny and we're in the office right now. And I just want to say, like, you know, I'm sorry, or, you know, what, everything that was going on. I was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, I'm sorry about that, but I don't have any proof on my side that I even sent you that message. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. So she's like, I don't even have any proof that I sent you that message, but like, yeah, I don't know what happened. I said, that's crazy because I have a message and while I'm on the phone, I'm looking at it and I'm reading it to her verbatim, what she had said. And I was like, I even sent it to Miss Granny, who you're sitting next to. I even sent it to Miss Granny. So I don't know if you don't have it on your side, but I have it on my side. This ain't no AI.
Am I battling ghosts or AI?
What are you talking about? Stop playing on my top. So it's just like, I had to. Again, in this economy, you got to make money. Having your pride and having self-respect doesn't pay bills. I had to come back to work and work for them, but it's just like the disgust that I have still now working there. It's too much because it's just like, y'all are snakes. Y'all are snakes to me. And I can't trust what y'all say. I can't trust what y'all do. And I really have to now record everything I do or keep proof of everything that goes on so that I can be safe. And I hate that I have to do that for a job. But again, no job is hiring me. I, at least every day, am looking for a job. And again, I walked out in the streets, passing out my resume to get a job. So it's not like we're not trying and nobody has hit me back yet. Think about all the other ones that I send in that nobody hits me back, and I still have to be at this job that treats me like trash. That is a story time about how I got fired on my day off and rehired almost in like the same day. And again, right when that was going on, or right when that ended, I think it was like not the first day. I want to say like the first truck day I had came back. That's when I had saw Crazy Dude at his job. Yep, so I was already feeling the ugh from being fired and having to work for this job that treated me like this and fired me on my day off. And then I just wanted to stop by the gas station and get me a Polar Pop. And that's when I met him. But again, that is all I have for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Become a part of this family. Again, say, I like your outfit. I like your hair. I like your makeup. You know that is our thing. Also, please follow me in all my social medias. That's going to be in the description box below. That is all I do have for this story time. Until we meet again, I will talk to y'all later. Love you, mean it. Bye.